Bladder of a camel.
That's it, bro. Okay. Long stretch.
I'm here for the long game. All right, man. Set. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready, man.
Happy birthday to you.
Oh, yeah.
Happy birthday. I just like, what the fuck?
Come on, we can do it up.
I don't know where that's coming from. Hey, guys, welcome to this one time. Today, my guest is Izzy Escobedo. I know him through the stand-up world, and he is also a badass tattoo artist, and he operates out of the same studio that previous alum Adam Molina does, which is crazy, man. It's such a small world. You know how that shit works. Literally, we recorded that episode in this room, and now it is your office that you use to create. Dude, thanks for setting aside some time, coming in and chopping it up, man. Speak to these people, man. What's it feel like to, you turn 39?
Yeah, I just turned 39 on Saturday, man.
Hey, happy birthday, man.
Come on, thanks, dude. Thanks, man. No, that's cool. It's cool. You know what I mean? It's like, all with age comes wiseness. You know what I mean? I'm like, here we go.
That's what they say, right?
That's what they say. I don't know if it's true, man. I feel like I'm just doing the human thing over again right now.
Yeah.
I think I did like a whole long journey. And then you're like, come back. You're like, man, I think I'm just going to sit here. You know?
Sit here and be for a moment.
Yeah, just be. Man.
Yeah. I mean, that's, I'm getting really into Taoism and just to be. And my girlfriend is really good at that. And I'm just like, what can I be doing? What should I be doing? And it's like, we forget, man, to just take a step back, sit back and just be for a moment. And I think a birthday is a good time for you to kind of analyze that, right? Because it's like, another year. Okay, where am I now?
Where am I now? Instead of where should I be? You know what I mean?
Oh, should. I hate that word.
Yeah, it's the roughest word ever. I think it should be canceled for sure. You know
Cancel culture.
Yeah, like, well, should. It's like, there ain't no should, man.
Yeah.
Like, I would. Or, you know what I mean? It's like, I can't.
Yeah.
Or I am.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Dude, so I know you through the comedy world. So what got you into stepping out and giving it a shot?
I think I always wanted to public speak as a kid, man. So that was like something that was like public speaker, preach. I grew up in church and stuff, so it was like different. And then, it's just like when you're the funny one of the group, you know what I mean?
Yeah, people tell you all the time.
The funniest, but it's like, you're just the funny one of your group. So I was like, I'll just go try it out. So
yeah,
I did it and I loved it, man. It was just something that I felt comes natural, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just more.
It definitely comes natural, man, because the first time I saw you on stage doing it, I was like, oh, this guy's, you can tell. You can tell that you were that dude. You're that dude holding court, when there's the hangouts, the barbecues, the homies are together. Like the way you would tell your stories and your bits. Like, you can tell that. And then it came, when it came to light that you were a tattoo artist too, I'm like, okay, that can also be in there as well, because you got to use that to make people feel comfortable, man. It's intimidating coming into a tattoo shop, especially if you don't have any tattoos.
No, absolutely I can see that. It's just cool being a people person, you know what I mean, because you're always talking with somebody and interacting with somebody, and then of course, like I said, conventioning and stuff, you're talking to lots of people, you're around lots of people. So I think that I don't know. Them nervous things never go away, though.
No,
I don't think they ever do.
And it should. It should. There's that word.
Yeah,
it shouldn't. It should always feel like that, because it means you're trying something new. You're testing yourself. You're this and that angle, right? Yeah. So if you ever go into in a situation where you're going to perform and you don't have those nerves, either you hammered this routine out and you have it down pat, or you're not trying to kind of step out of your box, right?
I think that's what it is. Step out of the box. I feel like you hit it.
Yeah.
Because with comedy, I think that's it. You know what I mean? It's like when I'm super comfortable, it's because I'm not stepping outside. Like, hey, I'm going to try some new material. I'm going to do some crowd work. Something like that.
Yeah. Where was the first place you went up?
It was JP's.
That's a good spot to go up.
Yeah, bro. So that was the first time. Like, I went over there. I think I took one of their classes. You know what I mean? I took a class over there.
Yeah, that's right.
And then, you know what I mean? Like, I got him. He's like, all right, start talking. And JP was like, I only heard one funny thing. I was like, damn, I never want to feel this again.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
right.
So it's like, it humbles you real quick.
It does, man. Because it's not even that what you were saying isn't funny. Like, there isn't a funny thing on there. It's hey, you weren't delivering it in a way where it really, encapsulated what you were trying to convey. And that's probably what kind of got you into public speaking. If you grew up in the church and you listened to like a preacher, priest, pastor, someone that was very, either animated or knew how to kind of like take the pews. What are the people called in the your I'm drawing a blank on that word. People that attend church, forget what it's called, what they're called right now. But when you take them on a journey, man, because it's week after week. Yeah, you're there. Multiple shows, man. They're performing.
They're performing,
man.
And you think about that, you're like, man, like I gotta be. Well, I would have to be in my faith every week, feeling top notch, or else I'd feel unauthentic. You know what I mean? Not authentic, Yeah. I feel like authenticity is a big deal, though, with the comedy world. Like, I know I've stepped out of like how I look. You know what I mean? And I've, went towards a more different approach. And it just wasn't me, you know what I mean? So it's like, and you feel it, you know what I mean? And the audience feels it. So it's like,
for sure,
I feel like authenticity is like one of like the highest frequencies we got, man. So it's super cool when you get to relate, out there.
As you pick up, when you you get an icky feeling. That's an ick.
Yeah,
that's an ick for you kids. When you meet somebody or you interact with somebody, you're like, oh, this guy's not being authentic.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy's trying to dress this up in a certain way.
Yeah.
You pick up on that real quick, and you might not know exactly what it is, but you're just like, something's off.
Yeah, something. Yeah, it's like you back out of it. Like, I'm not committed here no more.
Yeah.
And I think authenticity helped me the most, like in comedy. Like to be natural and like I just got to be me.
You just have to be you.
Yeah, I got to be me, man.
Yeah, because we're all going to talk about the same things for the most part. We're all going to talk about our jobs. We're all going to talk about our relationship with our parents, with our girl, with our kids. We're all going to do it. But your perspective is the difference maker.
Yeah.
That's where it all comes into play. So like, most people, you shouldn't, there's that word again, you shouldn't be upset when somebody, I talk about that. Okay, well, you're going to do your own thing, man.
Yeah.
You're going to do it yourself and be authentic to you and your experience, and everybody will pick up on that.
Oh, absolutely. How long you been doing comedy now?
So I tried it back in 2019 for a handful of months, and then life and situations had to, quit. Yeah. And then I picked it up last year. So, because when did you start? July? August? Yeah. See, I started again in April or so. I was in a band, quit that, and then I still needed a creative outlet. And that's what I like about comedy, is that you have the authenticity to be yourself and say whatever you want, no matter what. It's your time. It's your set.
Yeah.
It's what you want to do with it. In the band, I wanted to play certain songs, and it's like, well, we can't do that. It's not our genre, or it's not this. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I wasn't the singer, right?
Yeah.
If I'm the singer, it's like, hey, I'm singing this song,
this is what's happening.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what's very appealing to the stand-up, my part. Like, do you like when somebody comes in to your tattoo shop and it's like, hey, this is kind of what I have in mind, but I want you to make it your thing? Or do you want kind of somebody to come in and be like, just do this?
No, definitely. Like, hey, can you make this your thing? I feel like the most personal tattoos are the dopest. Like, hey, I'd like this, or for this person. I feel like the worst possible thing you could do is like, hey, I get this rose and I want to put all my kids' names in these leaves. And it's like, it's probably about as creative as people get. Like, this is what I got. I'm like, listen, let's not do all that.
So you have to work them up. You're they're here for your consultation, right? Yeah. Of course, you're here. Okay, what do you want? What's the vision you have? Cool. All right. Yeah. You mind if I give you some, what if we do this? What if we do that?
Yeah, I like it a lot better, man. Just personalized tattoos. Because like I said, I take a picture of everybody's arm or wherever the piece is going, and then we throw it in Photoshop and we just design it together. You know what I mean?
That's cool, man.
So it's super dope. You know what I mean? It's more personal, I feel, with the client. Like people like, oh, can you pre-draw this? And it's like, I just don't. You know what I mean? Like I don't. Like I'm like, we're just designing it the day of. You're going to be here. I'm going to be here. You know what I mean? We'll vibe off that day,
Yeah, well, now it'll weed out certain people that can't do that. Like some people need to like see the thing and talk themselves up for a couple weeks, and it's like, this is what I'm getting, this and that. But yeah, a tattoo is a special, sacred thing, man. It's something that you're gonna wear forever.
Yeah, and I feel like you want the artist to feel you. Like it don't matter what it is, what you're doing. You know what I mean? I feel like whatever your product you're getting, that's for life. Like, you want somebody that's gonna feel you, like, hey, these are my needs or these are my wants. You know what I mean? And tattoos are so like in the moment. I don't care what you're getting a mom's name or what. It's what you feel right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That people are getting.
Yeah. And you're gonna feel some pain. It's very ritualistic, man. They did all. Are you familiar with like the background in tattooing? As I'm not. I'm just wondering if you've
not like completely. Like I don't know. I just know like my old school cat. You know what I mean? That started. You know what I mean? Back in like the 50s stuff. Nothing like past.
Yeah.
You know, I've seen like tribal stuff. And,
yeah, as you'd imagine, it's part of like their, coming of age thing or manhood or, spiritual or something like that. Because it's painful, man.
Yeah,
you're breaking the skin and putting an outside product into it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think it goes pretty far, and I feel like there's a lot of stuff that's like still that's more ceremonial or tribal. You know what I mean? Like you have this like feeling of. You know what I mean? Togetherness, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
On certain aspects. You know what I mean? Like some people get traditional, some people get realism, some people, you know what I mean, are out and about. But the industry's so small now. It's like you feel like you've seen so much.
Yeah.
And it's like, whoa, this is crazy. Like everything's coming from left and right. You know what I mean? You're like, damn, this is some dope shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got some cool stuff out there though.
Very cool, man. So, I mean, just artists, creatives, and allowing to create and having a willing, client or participant to, hey, this is a little bit out there, but let's try it, man. It's gonna be cool when it's done. See, this is my vision, and then to see the end product, it's like, wow. How long have you been tattooing now?
19 years, man.
Dang, dude.
Yeah, so I started like 2 weeks after my daughter was born. She's 19. Should be, so it'll be 20 years at the end of the year. So
dang, man. So what was your first tattoo?
I think like this in like 7th or 8th grade. Like on my thumb, you know what I mean?
Tattoo in the 8th grade.
Yeah, I was like in class. I think it was like English class. Like, damn.
Wait, you tattooed yourself in class?
Yeah. Yeah, somebody was like, hey, my brother has some ink.
What'd you use? So
it was like Indian ink, like it's what everybody tattooed with back then. She had brought it. I'm like, oh, this is the coolest shit ever. You know what I mean? And safety pin or sewing needle or something later. You know what I mean? We're blasting.
Yeah, and so essentially, like in my mind, because I am removed from this realm. It's so just the needle, you dip it into ink, stab it, and just back and forth, essentially.
Yeah.
Dang, dude. What'd your teacher say?
Oh, I mean, they weren't around. I mean. Whatever happened, I don't remember. Man.
Yeah.
It wasn't something I didn't care too much back then.
So 8th grade, first tattoo. When did you so 19 years ago, your daughter was born, and so right around then you started tattooing. But what was your first inclination to even like have that as like maybe I could do tattoos? Were you drawing and sketching?
I drew. My older brother drew. He was an artist, so it was like, a younger brother want to be like your older brother.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, let me do this, and I sucked. He was way better than me, bro.
Yes.
Yeah, bro, I was horrible. And then I just found tattooing, man, and you know what I mean. I was a better artist by then, but it wasn't that great.
Yeah.
And then I could just draw better than all my friends.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing. You know what I mean? Same thing. It doesn't mean I was good. And
yeah.
So I was like, and then they're like, you should tattoo. And then I started just messing people up for a while.
Yeah. You should start tattooing. You gonna pay me? Yeah, I'll give you $10. Yeah. All right, here we go.
Yeah, I think I was cutting hair, man, at that time. Like I would do like everybody's fades in the neighborhood. It was like $5 a cut. You know what I mean? I was like, oh shit, I get $30 a tattoo. This is wild.
Yeah, right. Oh yeah. There's your upgrade, right? There's your promote. You want a promotion?
Yeah. I was like, here we go. But I think what kept me in it was like seeing the magazines and stuff. Like people were traveling. Like they were across the world tattooing, you know what I mean, coming from the States. And
so the artists were not necessarily the people traveling to the artists, but you're talking about the artists were
yeah,
traveling.
it was kind of like a way out. You know what I mean? Like, damn, like I see this pretty solid.
Gotcha.
You know? So it was cool, man.
Are you from Arizona originally?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, I'm from here.
Gotcha. So have you done like any traveling in general, not just for tattooing, but like have you gone out and see the world? Had that privilege?
I have, you know what I mean? Not a whole bunch outside of tattooing. Just I think last year was the first time I like got out of the country for not tattooing, which was Japan. You know, I got to check out Japan.
That's right. Yeah, well, you have that's in your comedy bit.
Yeah,
dude, I was Japan. I hear nothing but good things.
Dude, it was nothing but good things.
Yeah.
You just see how the other side lives, man.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just one little scratch of the world. You're like, damn, dude, we really are just a blip here, man.
Right.
As an American, I don't care, dude. Like, I'm like, we're number one. Like, we're the best around. Then you go outside of this place, you're like, wow, I feel like there's better places. You know what I mean?
Well,
There's some different places.
Yeah, and better places in the sense of like how they handle a certain aspect of, you know, their life, right? In society.
Yeah, definitely. Something that you'd really like respect was big in Japan. It was respect for others. Us, we have this like, I don't give a fuck about you. If you care about something that I'm doing, like, you know what I mean? This ain't none of your business. You know what I mean? And to them, if they step in a place, like, they care about everybody that's around them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just different. Like, everybody dresses like Devin Booker there, man. It was pretty sick. You know? Like, damn, nobody stepped out in pajamas or slippers or none of that.
Yeah.
Like, it's all like, they really care, man.
How you present yourself. Yeah, I hear that the image is huge in like South Korea. South Korea, like plastic surgery is like crazy out there. Right? Yeah, because it's all about how you're perceived on the outside. Yeah,
which isn't always a good thing, I guess. Right?
It is not. Well, that's the thing. It's like, here to me, the appeal of the America thing is like, I'm me. I'm going to be me to my fullest. You know, take that or leave it. This and that. But of course, like I definitely try to be conscious of my impact on those around me. Yeah. So not only do I want to be me and shine as bright as it can be, but at the same time, I am like, okay, how, you know, what is my place here right now? You know, and how, because I like to make people feel comfortable too. You know. So that's always at the forefront of my mind.
No, absolutely, man.
So tattooing for 19 years, man. I mean, what's the weirdest tattoo you had to turn down? Either tattoo or tattoo placement. No swastikas. People don't come to you for swastikas.
Yeah, none of that. I would say, like, you know what I mean? I feel like it was back in the day, like when I worked in front of like a bar. And you just didn't have like the dopest people that would come in. You
of
know,
course.
Like people like, oh, this is my 15-year-old kid. And 15, 16 is like, you know, you're borderline tattoo wise. You know what I mean? Like, okay, cool. We can throw something. What is it? You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, but she's like, oh, he wants like the Mickey's Hornet on his hand. You know what I mean? I'm like, what the fuck?
Dang,
you know what I mean?
Dude.
Like, damn, you're going to just put your kid out like that on his hand? Like, you know what I mean? And back then, I mean, still people are judgmental with tattoos. You know what I mean? Jobs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, yes, it's a lot more accepted. Doctors have them, but still, people are, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just is what it is. But back then, I mean, that was damn near 15 years ago, 16 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get a Mickey's Hornet blasted on his hand. That was his first tattoo.
On his hand,
at
too.
Like 15, and the mom's like, I'll sign off on it. Like, what the hell?
Dang. That kid's a really good negotiator with his mom, man. Right. To convince her or something. So you just charged him like 3 times as much, right?
No, yeah, that's it. No, it was just a turn down. Like, hey, we can't do that. You know? But yeah, I mean, I've done some crazy shit. I guess. Yeah, you see some weird stuff, man, out there.
Yeah,
you know. But I mean, nothing's weird anymore.
Right.
You've seen so much of it. So.
Yeah. With the reach of social media and you know, the internet, and everybody's photographing everything and putting up, and yeah, you've seen a bunch of shit.
Overstimulation, huh? I'm like, dude, I just want to go back where we were chilling. I saw like people kicking it in the 90s at a mall, like someone had a camera recorder, and I'm like, and everybody's just vibing with each other. They're just waiting to run into somebody to talk to.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yeah. I get that a lot at like grocery stores, man. Like we all just avoid each other. We're all just like, I'm here, trying not to make eye contact. You know,
bro. And then even if you see somebody you know from Facebook or IG at the grocery store, you're like, damn, I hope they don't see me.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't want to have to interact.
Man, I know, right? Well, we're so in a rush, man.
Dumb shit.
Rush to get somewhere. The next thing.
Yeah.
I got to get home. I don't want to be bothered. We got to slow down. I'm talking to myself, man.
No, I feel you. We do got to slow down. I feel you, man. You find yourself in a rush a lot.
I live for that. I love that feeling, man. You know, one of my coworkers was like, "Yeah, how was your day?" I was like, "Oh, I had a great day. I had a great day, dude. Woke up, worked out hard, did some social media posts, did a podcast, hiked Camelback, picked up the kids, picked up dinner. Invited my mom over for Mother's Day. My son cooked her first meal he's ever cooked for her. He's only 8, so we did that, and then I did an open mic. I did comedy that night, and I came home, smoked a little bit, relaxed. I was like, that was a good day. You know, and I'm just like bang, 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 bang. I do. I love that. I love like having things lined up. I want to do things. I want to do all the things. And that's what I'm talking about with Tao. And just to be, my girlfriend is so good at that.
Yeah.
Where she's just like always checking on me. It's like, hey, you know, can we just like exist for a second and not, and I'm just like, we throw on a movie and like halfway through I'm like stretching. I was like, I gotta move, dude.
Yeah. I mean, it's just part of us sometimes. I know it's hard to slow down, bro.
Yeah.
Like that, once you're in that, there's a different mode. You know what I mean? There's people that have like survival mode. Like, I gotta keep going, or, you know, I mean, all that stuff you're doing sounds productive. You know
It is.
But without direction, I don't know how productive it gets. You know what I mean? Where like, where's my, not end goal where it's like, oh, what's the future looking like? But I'm saying just like where we have direction, like where we're going. And sometimes we just need that, bro. Like, while out, I'm going to fill my whole day up and every day, you know?
Yeah. I know. Today was way more relaxing. Well, yesterday was I beat myself up a lot. 16-mile bike ride, little workout session, assistant coached my son's soccer team, and then just handled a bunch of business shit, and then ate like crazy last night. I'm at this resort up in Scottsdale because my girl does events for a big corporation, so she's entertaining like a bunch of like high profile guests with the company. And she's like, why don't you come over? We can get some room service, you know, wind down the night. And I just ate like way too much. So when you're like, I need lunch, I was like, dude, I am just like got breakfast this morning. She brought me breakfast. I was sitting in the jacuzzi, you know, just relaxing and played my guitar out there. There's like this scenic desert scene. And I'm like, okay, I'm trying to just kind of I'm just trying to like be here in this moment. And then I was like, all right, I got to get back on the grind. I got to get down to, you know, Mesa and talk to my boy Izzy, man. Put him out.
No, I feel you. Yeah, it gets hard, man, to slow down sometimes. You know?
Yeah.
I feel like being present is like the hardest shit ever, dude. It just is. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Even when you're like tattooing, right? Because you have to be though, right?
Well, you have to be there. You don't have to, honestly, but it's like,
yeah.
Like if you find yourself drifting away, like, you know, your client's gonna suffer. You know what I mean? You're suffering through this thing. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you find ways to kind of calm your mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And we're so like, I mean, when you first started tattooing, I'm sure it was just like you're so like involved, and then after a while, it just becomes second nature. You know,
it's like driving.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you know, you don't remember a lot. Like,
oh
I
yeah,
I did yesterday, you know, but
yeah,
it was a great day. It was a cool client, you know what I mean? But I just don't remember. You know what I mean? It's just like cars on the highway.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Eventually, you're just like, whoa. Yeah. Where was I the last 5 miles? And you're like, you're in a new place.
And sometimes you don't remember the tattoos, and you're just remembering the client, you know, or their energy. I'm not great with names,
but you always remember
that dude right there.
You always remember the energy, man. Yeah. That's it. People are not gonna really remember exactly what was said, but they'll remember how you delivered that, how you made them feel. You know, by interacting with them.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's big. That is a very good point that people need to kind of get across, man. People remember how you made them feel.
So what's up with you in comedy, man? You got plans to?
I would love. Yeah, I definitely. I need to hit it harder. You know, I haven't been hitting it as hard, and really writing. That's the big thing. Like I haven't really wrote anything new in a while, and I got a lot of stuff I haven't touched either. Man, I'm in a bad spot right now, financially and all these things. So I'm like trying to tackle that.
It sounds like the rest of the world.
Exactly.
Man. Crazy.
Which I'm thinking about, like, you know, kind of going public with what I'm dealing with and what I'm gonna do to get myself out of it.
Yeah.
You know, because there's a lot of stuff out there that, you know, people can find and whatnot. But you know what, man, people don't go look for it. But you know what? People follow us, right? And our friends see our stuff.
Yeah.
And that's the people you want to impact the most anyways. If you got friends that are dealing with this shit.
Dealing with the same stuff, yeah.
And so if we have the balls to put our shit out there and be like, okay, this is where I'm at. This is the shithole I put myself in. And that's the thing you got to recognize. Yeah. You put yourself in there. Yeah, people are going to take advantage, but ultimately it was on you. You put yourself there. So that's what I'm dealing with. Man. And so right now, like, that's just like all coming crashing down on me right now. So like this last year, since my DUI, really, it's my DUI was a fucking wake the fuck up, dude.
Yeah.
And so I've been good ever since, but now I'm just dealing with the fallout of all that, the divorce from 3 years ago, all that shit. So
a lot of backlash just building up kind of, and you're like, ooh,
it's
I might
all
be at
that
the edge of this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Right
and
now.
That's why I'm all over the place, man. Comedy, podcasting. I need to write music.
Why do you think we're like that,
acting.
man?
Which one?
Why do you think we're like that? Like where we fill up, like I'm the same, man. I'm doing all like day trading, tattooing, stand-up comedy. You know what I mean? Just doing so much. And it's like,
man, I mean, the cost of living is just so high,
Yeah.
and we're providers, man.
Yeah.
And so you're trying to provide, and ultimately, like, we want some glory as well. We want to be good we want to be recognized for being good
like
at
as
something.
man, like significance is a big deal.
Yeah, like what am I as a man? What am I bringing to the table? What are people coming to me for? That I can provide. We're providers, man. I think that's what it is, and we gotta cast a wide net to see what really kind of catches.
Damn, that's crazy cool. I like that.
But
you gotta cast a wide net.
You do, but also it's like I'm thinking about this analogy right now. It's like, say you have 6 fishing poles out here, right? And then no action, and then one starts going. He's like, oh, I get that. But then the one on the end over here starts going, and then it's like, oh shit, which one do I choose? Well, I'm gonna go to this guy because this one right next to it is also going. So now you're bobbing. So you do got some things that are kind of like picking up traction, right? You're getting booked a lot for comedy and whatnot. And so maybe you might neglect a part of your day trading because you have to focus on this comedy show or this bit that you need to work out, or vice versa, right?
Yeah.
So then you got to make that decision. But if you try to fish them all at once, I don't think we're going to get one.
Getting got. Yeah,
you're not going to get one, right?
And empty-handed. That's what it feels like.
So that's the scary part to me, is like, now I have to go full in on one thing, right? Like that one, and that's, I don't know, man. Maybe that's a bit of my insecurity, where it's like, I don't want to be tied down to one thing, and what if also that one thing fails, and then everything else went to the wayside. But then do I have am I risking just everything falling apart because I'm not?
I feel like zeroing in is a big deal. You know what I mean? Like on some, you know what I mean? When you go all in, when you go towards something, I feel like the hiccups hit us hard though. You know what I mean? As men, like when you're like, oh, damn, that didn't go like I planned.
Got chin checked.
Yeah. And then you're like, ooh, man, I didn't have the funds to kind of lay out this way or this much time or how it is. And I feel like that's how I am with day trading, comedy, tattooing. Tattooing is my subconscious. I could throw that in the back of the head and I could do it with my eyes closed now. I've been doing it forever. So I can make money that way. I can tattoo good clients, good art.
Also, Izzy will tell you, since he's tattooing with his eyes closed now, this next tattoo with his eyes closed is on him. All right, so any brave customers, come on.
Oh, just let me know.
That'd be legit though. Honestly,
here we go.
He did it with his eyes closed.
Yeah, we'll do a whole set. We'll line up everybody with their favorite client.
Yeah,
I don't know who it is, but somebody's coming in.
You can call it like the eclipse night, eclipse tattooing, like one night only.
I already know how I'd be, man. I close my eyes. I'm like, dude, I'm doing a great job. It's probably gonna look like shit.
So your tattooing is your unconscious mind, right? It's just what you slip right into.
Back in the subconscious. Yeah, it's just like, you can go autopilot there.
Yeah.
Because I've been doing it so long. So that's an easier route for me. But like I said, when you're casting wide nets and the one stepping out of your box, your comfort zone. I traveled. I did Puerto Rico, Chicago, New York, tattooing. I did all that stuff. So it's like, and then now, I'm tattooing clients personally. But it's like stepping out when you can talk to like 100 people, 200 people on the comedy stage, and you got everybody laughing. It's just a different feeling, bro. You feel like, wow, like I put something in, and it came to fruition. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's way cool. You know what I mean? Day trading is cool, but it's like there's so much that we got, and freedom's what we're trading. Dude, this is the first year I ever did a budget. I was like, what the hell? Where's my money at?
Yeah,
bro, this is crazy. It's getting kind of crazy, and I did it, and I'm like, I paid this much just to live. And it was a lot, bro. A lot. And I'm like, damn, this is crazy just to live here. Yeah. I'm like, we ain't got a beach in Arizona, man.
I know,
you know what I mean?
right?
And it's like, I ain't trying to move to Texas. Like, if I got to fly in to see my family, like, I'm leaving the country, man. Like, you know what I mean? I'd
Might as well, right?
With like a dime on a dollar, like Thailand or something.
Yeah.
Like, it's so much out there.
It is, man. I think those 3 avenues you have, though, all give you... they give you raw and honest feedback on the spot too for what you're doing. You know, like the
Absolutely.
tattoo, you're seeing it, you know, develop right in front of you. And then once the client sees the finished thing and they're like, hey, man, this is awesome. Thanks.
Like,
you know,
that's
that's
what's
it.
up.
Comedy, it comes out of your mouth. Are they laughing?
Are they laughing or are they not?
And you're day trading, man. I mean, that's the part. So the comedy would be like, tattooing is creative as well.
Yeah.
But the comedy thing is so abstract. It's
Yeah.
even more abstract than tattoo, right? Because you have a thought up here, and all you have is your mouth to convey that and paint that picture with such clarity that okay, they got it. I conveyed my idea, you know, perfectly in this moment, which I have the hardest time with. And then your day trading thing. I mean, that's your financial, right? That's hey, I gotta see what I can do to stretch out my money and get the most back. And you know, at the end of the day, you see what you did, you know, how that went.
No, absolutely, man. I feel like that's is key. You know what I mean? To do like high income skills, learning some type of high income skill, but that's outside of time for money. You know what I mean? That's the thing that gets you. I think that gets everybody, bro. Like, hey, I got to be here for this amount of hours, and I'm getting paid this amount.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
So it's give or take. You know
Yeah, I mean? That's definitely where I feel a little bit tied down. I feel tied down, but I know how good I have it at my job right now. You know, because I've been there for 16 years.
Yeah.
So I can, you know, I have a lot of leeway with what I can get away with, right? Or what, you know, when I need some time off or when I need to be out. But also it's like, man, if I wasn't there, you know, then I would have all the time to do kind of what I feel like I need to do. But also what I feel like I need to do right now can't make me money like this can, you know?
And I feel like instant gratification has been the killer of everything that we do. It's instant. If I can't see it right now, I don't want it. You know what I mean? Well, that's the problem with kids today. Us today, we're next day Amazon. Like if I can't get that shit tomorrow, like I probably won't want it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I won't want it. And it's like we don't let time set in, man. Time to heal. Like, hey, let's ask the question. What do I need? And it's like, I don't know. We just automatically, I don't know. You know what I mean? We know everything. We know it all, bro. But we don't give it enough time to set in and be like, where's the direction I want to go? You know, and it's like with that instant gratification, I feel like it's did me dirty. And it's my fault. You know what I mean? Of course, you know?
Yeah.
Because but it took me a while to recognize, like, oh shit, like I need to just keep putting in deposits in these places like comedy or day trading stuff that I don't know nothing about. I need to keep putting in these deposits. I can cash out later. Yeah. Whatever that cash out is what it is. Money, whatever it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like these are deposits. You know what I mean? You got to keep putting them in to learn. It's just like when people drop a bunch of weight, man. You know what I mean? It's the same thing. It's like you go to the gym for a week and you're like, oh damn, like I'm not noticing the difference.
Yeah.
But it's like, bro, shit, you know what I mean? I've been working on this body for about 10 years. You know what I mean? So it's going to take some time to work on the other body, you know?
Exactly. It really does. I mean, it took me 10 years to get where I'm at now, you know, and it wasn't smooth, you know?
Yeah, respect though, man.
Yeah, thanks,
that
bro.
was a lot, man. That's cool, bro.
Yeah, 10 years, man. I mean, I dropped 50 pounds pretty much like that, it felt like. And then I fell off, gained 20 back. And then, you know, held that for a handful of months. And I was like, I got to get back on it. And then I've been pretty steady ever since. But now it's like, okay, I got to build some muscle. I got to get some strength. You know, it's as strong as I thought I was. I'm realizing maybe I wasn't, you know, like because I'm dealing with a few injuries here from some of the endurance events that I've done. But now I'm fasting, you know, like tonight I start my 3.5 day fast. And it's like, I didn't just wake up and say, hey, I'm going to do this and right out the gate, you know, never fasted. No, man, I've been intermittent fasting for 5 years.
Yeah.
You know, I did a couple of 1 day fasts, a day and a half. And now I've worked up my way in my body to, you know, be comfortable with it. And I've always worked out fasted. So like, it's not an issue for me.
Okay.
So when somebody asks, like, hey, I'm trying to do a fast, I'm like, hey, well, slow down, bro.
Yeah, take it in increments, man.
Take it in increments, man. That's perfect. And it's just like anything else. It's just like anything else we do. You got to take it slow. You can't get up on that JP's comedy stage the first time you ever get up.
I'm just going to kill it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you hope that.
Yeah, no,
we all have those delusions, you know, that it's like, hey, this is going to fucking kill. Oh, man, I guess that wasn't as funny as I thought.
The joke that I thought was going to work. Like they laughed at all the shit in between. Like,
Yeah, the in between, man. That's a huge point, man. Because my problem is, which is the opposite of what you do, because that's why you're so good, is that it feels natural. And me, I'm like, oh, this is funny, guys. Check out what I wrote down, and now it's here me memorizing it and reciting it instead of like bullet points and the in between stuff. That's huge.
Yeah,
man.
I tried to do bullet points, bro, and I went out there and I freaking bombed. Because I was like, when your brain doesn't work a certain way, and I was like, okay, boom, 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 and I forgot a whole ass joke at the, and I was like, I'm never doing this again. So I'll write, and then I'm in the car on the way to the comedy shop, like boom, 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 boom. You know what I mean? Just you know what I mean? Saying that set over and over, and just figuring out a new joke there.
Yeah,
and hardly going with notes, and maybe I should or something, but I just like it because the in between I noticed was when you'd write, and sometimes when it didn't
because
hit,
you know why though? You know why? Because people feel that it's natural, it's authentic.
the in between,
the in between,
you know what I mean? Because you're just feeling, but still at the same time it's you.
Yes, yeah. That's the difference. That's the difference maker. Because for me it's just like, this is what I wrote, guys. Ba 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 ba. Isn't that ha ha ha? Oh no, okay.
Yeah. No, I'm like, dang, they didn't really laugh at that one, you know?
Yeah, and then you get yourself down, man. It's a fine line, but it's all about being natural. How many minutes do you think you have right now? Like,
I mean, I got like a solid 10, bro, 12 minutes, somewhere in there. Like last night I did that. The first time I got to do an improv show.
Oh, the Desert Ridge?
Yeah, the Desert
That's a
Ridge.
cool spot, huh?
Bro, it was so cool. I was excited.
And that green room is nice.
Bro, that green room was the shit. I was like, what the hell? I'm like, and then I'm like, ordering beers. Like, oh, this is on the green room. I'm like, what? You know what I mean? Like, that shit is crazy. But it was cool. It was
dangerous. Cool. You go up there and be like, hey, guys.
Come on, listen, man.
My name's Izzy.
I always got to have a couple beers loosen up anyway, though.
Yeah, I feel that, man. That was definitely me when I was in the band. I was like, I'm not good enough for all these people to be here and see me. But a couple shots in, I'll be like, fuck yeah.
Come on, you guys ready for this?
Get down. What's a good beer in Japan? You have some good shit up there,
bro. Sapporo. Honestly, that's what they have everywhere. You know what I mean? I don't know if it tastes different than the one here, but
yeah,
that's where they had everywhere. So I just stuck to that and
sushi galore.
Bro, you would think there's a lot of sushi spots, but I didn't see a lot of sushi spots, bro. Like soy sauce doesn't fucking exist over there. It's just our American. Like, can we get some salt and everything? Like I was getting food. I'm like, where's the gravy, man? Like, there's nothing here, But
it's like you go to fucking Mexico and it's like, where's my Filiberto options?
Yeah, it's like, hey, they ain't there. But one thing that was crazy was like their palate is different. Like, we got a palate here.
Yeah.
And you don't realize once you travel to different countries, like everybody has their different palate that they grew up with.
That's true.
And we're like soft and crunchy.
Yeah.
Salty and sweet. You know what I mean? We got to have these balances. And they're just like, they have a gooey palate. That's how I can put like, they give you like a chicken in your rice, and then they give you like a raw egg to crack in your rice. That's not like steaming hot that's going to cook it. It's just going to goo it up.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm good. You know what I mean? Like, I'm good, dog. Like, I eat everything, bro. But I'm like, this was a little rough. I did find like a Carl's Jr. out there, though.
No way.
And I stayed there for like 2 fucking hours.
Yeah?
Yeah, I was like, I'm
just
going to
a
eat here,
sense.
and then I'm going to eat again. I'm like, this is great.
Yeah, just a sense of home.
Yeah, I was like, hey, let me get some American carbs. You know what I mean?
How long were you out there? Were you there
Just
for
like
tattooing and
12
stuff?
days. Nah, I wasn't there for tattooing. I just went for my birthday last year.
Just to be.
Just to be.
Yeah.
Just to be, man. And it was cool. It was definitely an experience, I'm glad I had it.
Any outdoor adventures, or was it all just city?
I did a lot of Tokyo, man. Maybe too much Tokyo. I really wish I would have got out a lot more. I did do some outdoor adventers in what is it, Kyoto?
Oh, Kyoto.
Yeah. So I went there, and I did do some of the temples, and got to pray and meditate there.
Oh, cool.
And that
man.
was probably the coolest experience I had, because when you're praying in them, bro, you have just energy from years.
Yeah. Oh,
years,
that's so true,
years.
man. Yeah.
And it's been the same since. Like, you go in there and everybody's respectful. Imagine how it's been like. It's been like that for hundreds of years there. You know what I mean? And their culture's so protected. Like, they didn't let anybody in from like 1600 to 1800, and it was like punishable by death to leave or to come in.
Oh shit.
Because they didn't want any outside
Yeah,
influencers.
yeah,
like,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like the foreign culture to hit their culture.
Yeah.
So you could really feel that in them towns. You know what I mean? Where you're like, whoa, these guys are old school. Like, this is like you see on the movies. You know what I mean?
Oh, that makes sense.
So, but it was super cool to be able to see that type of stuff and be able to pray there, and you really feel different, man.
Yeah, walking out of there feeling refreshed. Have you heard of misogi? Mm-mm. So it's a Japanese tradition in their religion. I forget what it's called again. God, man, I gotta pick up shit. I gotta retain shit if I'm gonna bring it up, right?
He's almost retaining it.
Yeah. But a misogi is part of their ritual cleansing. So you go out and you're supposed to take a big ice like waterfall shower, boom, as like the cleansing. And then a misogi is basically you tackle one thing a year. Doesn't necessarily need to be physical. It could be spiritual. It could be intellectual. It could be any capacity for those. But it is something that you try to execute that has at least a 50% failure rate of you finishing it. And so it's kind of a test, man. You know, it's like, I want to aim to read, 20 books this year.
Yeah.
Because I think I can read maybe 12. But hey, I'm gonna go for 20 because it's you want something that's challenging enough. Like mine last year is before I knew what I was doing. It was like 2 weeks after I did. I was talking to a guy about it, and he's like, "Oh, that's like a Japanese misogi," and I was like, "What is that?" He's like, "Yeah, it's something you do that maybe has a 50% failure rate." I was like, "Cool." Well, I tried to run 50 miles without really training, and I made it 17, and then walked until I hit 40. But I didn't make it, but you know what, man? I learned a lot. I learned a lot about myself.
A lot farther than I was when I didn't do it at all.
Yeah, you learn about yourself, man. That's the biggest thing that you get from trying new things, stand up and day trading. You're learning about yourself and traveling.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to learn about the world, but also, man, you were in a country, you don't look anything like them.
Yeah.
You don't speak their language. You're not familiar with their intricacies of their culture, but yet you went and spent 12 days there.
Yeah.
So you're going to learn a lot about yourself.
No, absolutely, man. You're like, whoa. Yeah, it's a wake-up call for sure, man. You see some different stuff for sure.
What's another place you'd like to go to?
Another place I'd like to go. I mean, I feel like honestly, Italy, bro. Like I feel like it's just there. And then my daughter's been hounding me because she's really like big on health and health nut. She's young, but she was like, this is where it is. This is where the waters are coming from, and it's like it's just different organics there. Like where they're. We've got that whole dugout farm system, you know what I mean, irrigation, but it comes from like a big ass well.
Yeah,
it's full of whatever's in that.
Whatever
well,
the runoff is going in. Yeah,
whatever's the runoff, and they just let it out. You know what I mean? And that's our organic vegetables. Here, you're like, damn, this is rough.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And then you go out there, that shit's coming straight from the mountain. You know what I mean? Watering the vegetables,
Alps.
That's feeding the city, man. You're like, whoa, this is different.
Yeah.
Like the food's different. Like you see these
dudes,
it is. Bro, they kill a whole pizza over there.
Yeah.
They all slam in the gyms, bro. Yeah. They all like
well, they're all walking like crazy too.
Yeah, they are walking. I know we ain't walking for nothing over here unless we getting up.
I just heard that one of the greatest things you can do is after a meal, just go walk for 10 minutes. Just walk around the block. That's it.
It makes sense.
Like just get that out there, let the food kind of help digest, get some circulation, all that. But you don't even need to do anything crazy, man. It's literally like just walk. It's like when you're there, you walk to the restaurant when you're in Italy, right? Because everything's just fucking right there.
Right there.
And then you walk right back, man.
Yeah, that's cool. I feel that. That's how SD is, man. Like San Diego.
Yeah.
That's what I really like. That was like the only place I was like, hey, I want to move here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
I'd be down with SD for sure.
Yeah, bro. It was hella cool.
Yeah, me and the band, we spent a lot of time there.
Yeah?
Yeah, Oceanside, or Ocean Beach.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
Nice.
That was a cool area.
Yeah, I like it out there, man. It's definitely cool. But everything's walking distance. You walk to the beach, walk to the restaurants, walk everywhere, Yep. And it's like, if you need to leave that spot, it's like, for what? For what? Like, I don't go out to the beach. Nobody's even out here. Then you see kids like doing their homework on the beach, bro, after school.
Mm-hmm.
That was cool. You know what I mean? You just see them out there just doing it up. Like, think about taking a walk and everything's brown here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's got that real, like, muted tones.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't want to walk outside in this bitch. You know what
it
I mean?
Is. Like, well, especially, like, here where everything's been fucking paved over as well and then replanted in brown and all that. Like, where I'm just coming from up there, it's Scottsdale. It's like northern Scottsdale. But they've left a lot of the vegetation out and the trees and stuff. So it is kind of hard to see, like, what that plaza is, what's in there. and all that. But I mean, we got Google Maps these days.
Yeah.
But you know what's cool, man? Is it's we're living amongst the environment versus like down here. It's like we've eradicated everything and then just plopped ourselves down on top of it instead of like being woven in between.
Yeah.
There's a difference, man. If we left a lot of it, you know, still, you know, and I think that's what they're doing nowadays, you know, since we're more conscious of that, is that we need to be integrated with the nature that we're imposing ourselves on, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely here, man. I don't know. I mean, I felt great here in different parts of the state. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's been really cool. Like, I go hunting and stuff, but it was like...
You hunt, dude? Like what?
Just archery hunt, like elk, deer.
And you bow hunting, dude?
Yeah, so I do a lot of that. I've been doing that since I was a kid. I ain't that good. I only got like 2 animals, man. But still, I'm like, I love it out there. Like, I hike the shit out of it. You know what I mean? I love it out there. It's just different, man. That's where you really get to shut down.
Right.
You know, you get to shut off from this world. You know what I mean?
And tune into the natural world.
Yeah, tune into yourself. You're like, man, you know, like one more hill, one more mountain. I bet you they're over there. Like, it's almost like treasure hunting, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So
yeah.
you're like, you're out there, and that's just, I don't know. I feel like I was meant for that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you're out, it's just different.
I mean, we're meant for it because that's how we evolved. We've like this life that we've created here is the last 70, 80 years.
Yeah.
Before that is exactly what you're doing. The natural living. You mean like the living we're supposed to be doing?
Yeah, no, bro.
Oh, man. I need to go. I want to go, man. You got to let me know when you go.
Yeah, no, I will, dude. I did take this year off. Like, I didn't even put in because it was like finances, everything. I'm like, man, if I get drawn, like, I am not going to be able to afford this. Take 2 weeks off and all this shit. I'm like.
And you can't, can you resell it?
Nah, I wish. I'm like a concert ticket.
Yeah,
shit.
right.
Like, hey, you
Scalpers.
want this L ticket? Yeah. People pay big bucks.
They would. No pun intended.
Yeah, no pun intended. No pun intended. But yeah, man. So it's been cool.
When you catch them, are you butchering them yourself and like are you cooking that or are you?
I didn't butcher myself. I mean, we field dressed them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To hike them out. And then you know what I mean. You drop them off the butcher. That's what. You know what I mean. A lot of people butcher themselves. I didn't. You know what I mean?
I would give it to the pro, man.
Just pack my steaks. I ain't trying to get the bone and gristle in there, man. But it was cool. You know what I mean? They make jerky sticks and all that good stuff. So it was cool.
Nice. What's so say you get what's the average size of like an elk that would be that you'd come in with the meat? Maybe like 280 pounds or so. Or
bro, I would say something like that. Yeah, like 300 pounds of meat, 280, somewhere in there. You know.
What would a butcher charge to like? You know, have that all set up.
So I got my elk, and that thing was like every bit of 800 pounds, bro. But but after I think it charged like 280 or
gotcha
somewhere in there, bro.
Yeah, I'm just trying to like think of like the frame because so say you're into this, so you might be into the whole thing for like $2,000, right? You know, the tags, the permit, all that, right?
Yeah.
And then that meat lasts you all year, bro, and it's clean.
Yeah, so super grass fed.
You know what I mean? Grass fed.
Like, it ain't getting no natural. Ain't no planes flying over this shit. You know what I mean? To drop any type of deal on it. It's straight.
Yeah.
It's all from the snow melting, shit's watering, same food source. It's like, that's the good stuff, man.
And how good does that feel to be able to like give that meat to that you sourced to like friends?
I feel like it felt really good. Like this, when I killed my last animal was 2018. So I don't think I was as in tune.
Gotcha. Back
then,
yeah,
as I am now with like naturals. You know what I mean? Like something, hey, this doesn't even feel good. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? From meat that we buy to meat that you harvest yourself, like that's crazy. You know what I mean? Like I wish I would have appreciated it more back then. And like I said, I know I'll get that chance again.
Yeah, you will.
You know, and I feel like it'll be way more appreciative. You know what I mean?
You
know,
especially now that your daughter is right where she's at with the health and all that.
Yeah, definitely. It's it's crazy. Like I'm crazy. So you got a 3-day fast coming up?
Yeah, I start tonight.
Tonight, is it just water? Is it just?
Yeah, just water and salt. So Italy comes to mind because Celtic sea salt is kind of goes head to head from a lot of what I read with pink Himalayan salt. So like everybody's like they're disagreeing on which one is the best. So I'm just incorporating both of those into my water whenever when I'm on the water fast. So
okay.
I'll just alternate. When I refill my water, I'll put pink Himalayan, And once I down that one, the next time I'll throw in the sea salt.
Are you going to see which one feels better type deal?
No, because
just going to go back and forth.
Yeah, go back and forth because they each provide some benefits more than the other in certain realms. So what people are like agreeing, you need more of this or you need more of that. I'm just going to do both, dude. I can do both, right? Can I not?
Hey.
Can't I support a Republican and a Democrat every now and then?
Right. It's like Obama was a great speaker. I was like, Biden kind of sucks.
Exactly.
You know?
Dude, I'm a fucking person, dude.
Yeah. And I feel like that's the bold stuff. Like, Apple's going to do both.
Yeah.
It's like, you can do that.
Oh, you can entertain an idea, that you might not subscribe to. Yeah, man. That's it.
I hate how society set up sometimes, man. I remember driving in my neighborhood. I live in like HOA, so it's like everybody else. But I'm like looking and somebody had a black roof. And I was like, did they allow that? That's the coolest fucking roof I've seen. All that damn sequoia or whatever they call it. You know what I mean? Like burnt sienna. I'm like, I'm about over this,
Oh, man.
I was like, dude had a gray house with a black roof in the neighborhood. It looked all the same, So I was like, oh, this is legit.
Yeah, and he stands out because of it, It's different.
But society's different, bro. Like I said, it's like everything that was natural, though. Like when it comes up, like everybody's like, oh, do that. Like take melatonin because we produce it naturally. Now everybody's like, melatonin is horrible for you. You know what I mean? I'm like, great.
There's the issue with supplements and supplementation and all that stuff is that I think if you do take too much of it, then your body's like, oh, we don't have to produce it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like the dangerous part. I think you need to kind of like tread lightly on. So I always just say, hey, everything in moderation, and if you're feeling sick, then yeah, for sure attack it, throw everything at it, all the good shit, zinc, magnesium, all that shit. Shit I don't do, but you should.
Do what
you
want to do.
You should.
It's like if you're not running up Camelback Mountain, you might want to do something.
I'm definitely testing my body to withstand certain things, like not what I'd recommend others to do, especially starting off. But I feel like, hey, I was born here. I was very athletic as a kid. I was always out in the sun, the heat. So I love the heat. I do. Yeah. I really like when I'm at work and I step outside, I'm just like, oh, yes. Obviously too much of it. I was outside in it last night. I get sunburned. I'm Mexican and I get sunburned. What's up? Right. That's the Spanish side of me.
That's it.
But I'm trying to see what this vessel is capable of with minimum supplementation, and you come to find out it's a lot, dude.
Yeah.
When you go on your elk hunts, like we used to be hunters and gatherers, right?
Yeah.
Did we go hunting on a full stomach? Like, oh man, we just ate. What are we gonna go hunt for?
Yeah.
No, you would hunt on an empty stomach.
Yeah, bro.
And you would
way more into it.
Yeah, and you'd come home empty-handed. And you're like, fuck, dude, we're going to eat these twigs and then go back out tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll be gnawing on these grass stems right here.
The body is extremely capable.
Yeah.
So, just water and salt for my fast for the 3.5 days. And then the rest of the time, I told myself I'm just going to do it for 3 months. Yeah. 3 month, every 2 weeks, I'm going to do a 3.5 day fast for 2 months.
Oh, wow, that's going to be hella beneficial. That's going to be cool.
Well, I'm feeling it right now, actually. So I did my 16-mile bike ride yesterday because I'm trying to trail run South Mountain from west to east, so the whole length. I'm gonna do that next month, and I'm like, well, that's 16 miles, and I've been riding. I got this indoor bike that one of my homies, thank you, Justin, gave it to me for free. I was like, dude, you're the man.
Shout out to Justin.
Yeah, dude. So I've been doing that, and as I'm working up, and I did 11 miles like last week, and I was like, okay. And then I got on the bike, and a mile in, I was like, oh, I'm probably just gonna do maybe like an hour. And then I told the voice crept in, you're planning to run 16 miles next month. Just do 16 miles on the bike. I was like, yeah, that sounds good. 4 miles in, I was like, dude, I regret this. But I said it, put my intention. I was like, let's go. Let's push, man. Let's push. And dude, the self-talk I gave myself, dude.
Oh, that's
you are freaking fighting some demons, bro, from that.
I feel like the self-talk is like the worst. You know what I mean? When you're doing anything, though, you know what I mean? And it's not the worst, bro. It's how you've trained your mind and how you do it. But it's like what I realize is like it's having that. I know this is a little deeper than working out maybe, but it's like a relationship with your heart and your mind. Bro.
It is
like if I said, there's plenty of times like, man, I'm a bad dad, or I'm a bad husband, or I'm not the best comedian, or I'm not this, and we say these lies to ourselves, right? Like, but we're hands down believing them as we're talking to ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
and you just shit on yourself, bro, and it's so horrible. But if I asked you, like, hey man, are you a bad comedian? Like, well, I'm not the best, but I could get better. You know, hey, you're a bad dad. I'm actually a really good, and you would have stuff to say that, hey, this is why I think I'm a good dad. You know, you would say stories like that. And the fact would be like, nah, I don't think I'm a bad dad, a bad comedian, or a bad husband. I'm just doing what I do. But then who's telling us this bad shit?
Exactly.
It's us, bro. It's our own self-talk. Yeah. And we start hurting here, and it's like all the decisions I make, I always make sure like I'm aligned here and here, bro. Because my brain starts talking, I'll talk myself out of everything.
Yeah, that's true, man. You start overanalyzing things instead of trusting, your inner direction.
You feel like, inner direction, and you feel like who are you? If I said who are you, and you had to point at yourself, you wouldn't go, well, I am. You know, you'd be like, I am this. You know, you'd point right here because something out. You know what I mean? There's more to us than just here. You know what I mean? And when this relationship and this relationship come together, like, man, like it's unstoppable. Like I do everything like that, like even stepping on stage, to everything. I'm like, all right, align this. Nothing. It don't matter. Don't matter if they laugh. Don't matter if they do it. It's just do what you do, man. And,
just do.
And when I come to a crossroad anyway, bro, and I'm like, I get this together, but then I breathe into here, and then I connect them, almost like a relationship. Like, hey, boom, I want you to connect, and then what should I do? And bam, I just step, bro, like effortlessly step in that direction, and it just goes great.
Dude, that's powerful.
It goes great.
Yeah, that's powerful. It is it, and you said not necessarily in relation to like working out, but to the type of workouts that I do, it is because I'm not there just kind of pumping iron in the gym. No, man, I try to get out into the mountains as often as I can and push myself. And the last time I took mushrooms for inexperience, because I always just take it to I don't just want to get high. No, I want to experience some new knowledge, some new a feeling, because that's you say knowledge, but it's when I've taken them, it's not like somebody's just speaking to me and speaking. No, it's like now I have an understanding just downloaded into me, and so the last time I took them, the mushrooms are like, "What are we doing here, bro? What are we doing here? You literally just got done running Ragnar, and I think what you were trying to get from here, you just experienced running that on the mountain, didn't you? And I'm like, damn, it's right. It was. And so like at that point I was like, maybe I am abusing this in the sense of like I'm trying to gain some more wisdom or an outlook, but it was like you've already used us. We provided you enough information that you can take it. Like you're
trying to gain more of what you've already had. Like I've already done.
Like like there's something more, there's something new, there's this, and there's not. There's just a different, I guess maybe a different perspective maybe is what I'm looking for, like a different, and what am I missing? Yeah. What am I missing here? What's a deeper component? But also the realization that like, okay, I used these mushrooms a handful of times and had some benefits, but now maybe I'm not going to continue experiencing those benefits because I am also getting that from these endurance things. So like I'm looking forward to the 16-mile run because I know I'm going to have that self-talk, that doubt in me, but I'm going to overcome it. And I'm going to speak to myself and my body with such love and respect and like cherish it and be thankful for what I have, in it and the mind that we're cultivating.
Yeah. What do you get from the mind that you're cultivating? So I know like there's plenty of workouts, there's plenty of stuff, and people are like, oh, do this program. And it's not a program that people have to do. It is a mindset that somebody has to even complete this mindset program. So what was a mindset that changed you into being who you are right now? Like as far as coming from where you came from, like, hey, I wasn't the healthiest. I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do. Like, you know what I mean? To this is what I feel.
It was conversations. It was talking to people, man. And just realizing that everybody's struggling and nobody has it figured out, in all aspects. So people that have certain parts figured out, they're very successful in these places, but they're also very lacking in others. Yeah. So my goal is to try and be as balanced as possible. But it's been through these conversations that I've been either listening to them or engaging in them. And I'm like, man, these are people I respect. And hold on, they're smoking weed. Oh wait, they're doing mushrooms and LSD. Like I thought that was like this.
Isn't
shit.
that a trip?
I'm like, I respect them. They're successful. They're intellectual. They're this. They're that. And I'm just like, okay, so maybe it's not that. And that's what I've come to realize, that it's not the vices that we lean on aren't the issue. They do it, you know.
I feel like this is real important for me, bro. Because my head is still there. Like I grew up smoking mad weed, doing mad dumb shit. And then now that I'm older and I got my life together, I'm like, okay, I can't go down this path.
Yeah.
Like I can't go down. And then I'm talking like just weed. Like I'm like, oh, no, I'm cool, man. You know what I mean? Like everybody else can, but I'm like,
you have to set your own boundaries with yourself.
Yeah.
So with me, I told myself, okay, no more late night eating. No more eating after 9:30.
Yeah.
Done. I can't. All right. And then no more smoking after 10:30. That one's a little tough because when I get home, and it's also tough because, you know, obviously when you smoke, you get the fucking munchies, right?
Yeah.
But I told myself, especially on the fast, like you told yourself you're going to fast. So respect that. And this the whole time I've been doing that, I haven't ate, you know, while I'm, you know, even high, you know, because I told myself, you respect yourself, dude. You created this boundary and you need to keep that discipline. Having that discipline means that you love yourself, man. Yeah. It's it. It's because you know it's the right.
Like the highest form, huh?
It is, man. And if you have the discipline to show up, just like you have, to show up to tattoo in a chair, to show up to sit in front of your computer and analyze the numbers for day trading, and to hit the shows that you're doing, to work on your craft, that's the discipline because you love yourself, man. Because what was that movie with Adam Sandler and Andy Samberg where he's like a fucked up dad and the kid
That's
kind
my
of
boy.
That's my boy, and he's like, you let me eat ice cream and cereal every morning. He's like, you said you wanted it, you love it, this, and it's like, yeah, you love it, but it's not what's supposed to be right for you. You know. Absolutely. So that's really what it was, is acknowledging and listening to other voices that I really respected, and it's like, okay, well then it's all our perspective from there, and then just trying to lead a long and healthy life as possible, to be here for my kids and to be an example for other people, because I'm friends with so many people that knew me back then that I'm just like, dude, this isn't an overnight thing, man. It's been 10 years.
Yeah.
And I'm still working at it. I'm still growing, and there's still plenty of room for improvement, and definitely in different aspects. Like I'm in horrible financial health right now, but in great physical health.
Yeah.
Back when I was in great financial health, I was in horrible physical health. So it's like, dude, what's gonna like, you can't be winning on all planes, man.
And it's so crazy here when you say like the financial health thing. It's like and I feel like it's an American thing. Like that's where we do, bro. Like our first question here is like, hey, what do you do for work?
What do you do for work?
Bro, and that's like unheard of in a lot of other countries.
Mm-hmm.
And like they're like, what? That dude that works at the bagel shop for 20 years. Who cares where he works?
Yeah.
Have you met him as a person?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and
that's
how it is. And it's like, oh man, is he providing? Yeah, he's doing what he needs to do. But like Italy, like they're open from 10 to 8 p.m., bro. I mean, so those seems like, oh, that's late hours. They take a lunch break from 12 to 4. And they're going to have wine or drinks or a couple beers with their friends. You know what I mean?
To live.
Live. Working a Sunday, it's unheard of. They're like, you're crazy.
Yeah.
You know, and you ask them about Americans, they're like, hey, well, oh yeah, they always want to be number one or the best. And they always ask you, what do you do for work? Like that identifies who they are. And we are big on that. I feel like here. You know what I mean? Like whatever you do is who you are here.
Yeah.
And it just ain't so. Where it's like your physical health, you'd be great. Where else? You know what I mean? Where financials weren't so crazy to live in, you know what I mean? Like these boxes that we live in, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like a box phone, box house, box everything. You know what I mean? It gets crazy, bro.
It's all boxed up, man.
I know, man. But you've been outside. You know what I mean? I definitely respect that, bro. You've been outside, man, doing what you do.
Yeah.
What was the mindset that changed you, man? Like that. Like I know you're speaking a little bit on it.
Yeah.
But there's like I know there's a turning point for everybody. Where it's like once I went here, I know you build momentum, and sometimes we do come back. Like you said, hey, well, I went up 25 pounds or whatever, half of whatever you lost. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But like that momentum, that mindset, because I feel like it's that shift that changes people, not the program they're doing or just the momentum they build. It's definitely a mindset. What was it like? Was it a negative feeling or a shitty feeling? It's like, dude, I cannot be this person anymore.
It was definitely a little shitty in the sense of like, you know, because we pass off we pass off ourselves onto our children as well, man. So like here I am like telling these kids, you know, how they should live and you know, live a healthy lifestyle and choose healthy things. And yet I wasn't being that, right?
Yeah.
And also like I was at my heaviest when they were conceived. So I also felt guilty about providing genes that maybe weren't the best. Because that's what I was going to say about the bike ride. The bike ride, right after I got done with the bike ride, I kicked my ass, man. The last 6 miles were hell, dude. And I'm there. I'm like, smile for the last mile. Smile for the last mile.
For the last mile.
Half mile, smile. Half mile, quarter mile, smile. I'm just like, dude, you have to, bro. You have to. Smile for the last quarter mile. Smile. And I'm just like, ah. And it was like, the self-talk I was giving myself, it was like, take responsibility for the position you put yourself in. And you're going to climb your way out. You're going to climb it out. So I was like, this is what you've done, but this isn't who you are or who you're going to be the rest of your life. So you're going to climb out of it. So I was like, push through. So like, this is this bike ride that I'm on. Right. And right after that, I got an alert and my watch was like, hey, there's been an update to your resting heart rate. It's been down to about 46 beats per minute the last 5 days. And I think my average is 50. And for my age, a healthy heart rate is 70 beats per minute.
Damn.
And so I'm half of that because I'm training so hard. So this heart is pumping so efficiently because I've been kicking my body's ass and pushing it and doing it slowly and in increments. And yeah, I do big things every once in a while, but for the most part, it's just slow and steady. And so now I was like, oh, fuck yeah, dude, that feels good. That's a flex to me.
Bro.
That's a flex.
Slow and steady wins the race. You're right, bro. No, that's cool, man. That's a flex for sure, dude.
Yeah.
And especially with the intermittent fasting and stuff like that. There's so much. I've never did like a 3-day fast.
Yeah.
I've done intermittent fasting. It was the most weight I dropped, the most healthiest I've ever felt. You know what I
It
mean?
is.
And it's like, I know it's funny, man. I know it's a little different, but I was like, dude, people were like, yeah, Patrick Johnson's like, isn't that crazy, man? Like, you know, like crackheads never die. I'm like, bro, they're tweakers, bro. They're like the ultimate fasters, man. You know what I mean? Like, they ain't got no cancer or nothing,
Exactly.
bro.
Look, hey, you talk about that. Like, you talk about fasting. Like, how many crackheads have you seen that don't eat shit and all they do is smoke crack and they're still alive?
Yeah, that motherfucker is running down the street. He's fighting the whole bus stop. Like, that fool's doing it, man.
The body is capable. That's what I tell people. And the body's capable, man. It's like if people balloon to 600-800 pounds.
Yeah.
You think, how would that be possible? But it is, man. It's whatever you feed it, it'll be like, okay, this is what we got to deal with.
Yeah.
If it knows, hey, man, I'm only going to eat for one day, it redirects, you know, energy sources. And we're not out here hunting and walking outside and doing this. No, most of us sit in an office,
Bro.
AC, you're feeding your body 3 times a day for what? To sit and stand. And it's the mouth, bro. It's the mouth. You know what, man? Because I'll have a good meal and I'll be nice and full. And then the mouth goes, but we want it. The mouth wants it.
Yeah.
Give it to me. It's the mouth. And then you realize I just need to drink water.
Yeah. Maybe I'll just sit down for 5 minutes. And if I want it, I'll go back.
Yeah. It's the body's extremely capable, man. And just like it can withstand hours and hours of tattoo work, man. It's like, you know, you're stabbing it. It's constant pain and all that, but it's possible.
Yeah.
It's very capable.
No, definitely, dude. The mind, I feel like the mind is crazy.
The one thing so I am on a spiritual journey because I tell people, you know, I'm an atheist, but you know, I can't say that there isn't a God. Like, that'd be foolish.
Yeah.
You know, the same as people saying that there is a God and I know there is, you know, it's like, no, that's why it's called faith. You believe it. But feeling that you get, and especially like once you do psychedelics like I have when I use them like that, it's like there's something else.
Bro, you connected with source.
You're tapped into some other shit that you just can't really explain because, like I said, it's not like someone's talking to me. No. The information has been downloaded into me.
Yeah.
And like that's how people that are really truly saved and like born again, you know, Christians or into the religion, like you can't take that away from them because it wasn't just something that they heard and were like, okay, because I don't believe anything.
Yeah.
I just accept the information that's been given to me at that moment. And that's why I have no problem changing my thoughts and my stance because I don't believe this. I just accept it considering the information that I currently have. But that stuff is downloaded. That you feel it.
And I feel like you're absolutely right, bro. Because it's like when you're open to everything, you know what I mean? You're open to everything where it's like, you know what? And as like I grew up Christian, I grew up that way, but the people that raised me to be Christian are horrible people. Like, I'm just saying, like they just were not cool, bro. And it's like you get a lot of things. Bad people have bad shit with religion where it's like like Jesus, you know, like, oh, they're like, you need, you know, to repent. Jesus is the only way. This is the only way. And they're like pointing Jesus at you. You know what I mean? Exactly. Like God at you. You know what I mean? Instead of like pointing you towards Jesus. And that was like the coolest thing I ever heard. Like, hey man, point somebody towards that. You know what I mean? Point them towards what you feel. You know what I mean? What you feel. And I feel like the most blessings that ever happened, bro, like I just dropped. And whether it's source or God, like this is my experience. You know, I'm not here to trade. Nobody believes this is my experience.
Yeah.
And it's just perspective, bro. So everybody has their own perspective, and I think it's beautiful that we can have that. You know, science and God being the same thing. Like people are retarded, man. Like I'm saying they are, man. It's like what the hell? Like, oh well, that's science, or no, that's God. And it's like, bro, I'm pretty sure they're doing the same thing. You know what I mean? You pray, it changes your body structure. Your cells are alive and awake.
Yeah.
You know, and then science is, oh, well, the electrodes and this happened and it's giving you electric shock. Yeah. It's like the same thing. It's happening.
It's happening.
You know,
but it's explaining it. And some people need you to explain it to them. You know, I would like it because I like to know too, you know, how it's benefiting. But ultimately it's the feeling. That's why the placebo effect is a thing.
It's a thing, bro. It's a thing.
It's just as
like,
good.
Well, you could say placebo. What does that mean? Oh, that's fake. It's not fake. It's real. It's really happening.
Because the mind is super powerful, man.
Yeah.
Dude, there's a story about this guy. He was part of this study, and they were taking pills to optimize something. I forgot what it was, but they were taking pills. And he had some episode happen in his life where he freaked out, and he decided to take a bunch. And then he was like, oh, shit, I need to go get checked in because I felt like I wanted to kill myself and not anymore. It's like he was trying to commit suicide by taking all these pills, right? So he goes to the ER. And they got him hooked up, and they're trying to figure out what's wrong with him, and he's got some dangerous levels, you know, that they're reading, and his body was reacting to what he took, right? And he was like, well, I'm part of this study, so they call in the professor, the guy running it, and he comes in, and he's like, oh, this guy's part of the placebo effect, so he took sugar pills. So it was nothing but all up in here. But the doctors, they had him plugged up, and they're reading it. His heart rate was like through the roof. Because he was like, I took this and now I'm going to die.
Bro.
And then as soon as you find out that he's like placebo and he's like, there's sugar pills. And then he was like, oh. And then it all came back down.
We don't understand that. We're redirecting every cell in our body by our thoughts and feelings, bro. And it's like, and it was straight a reaction from here and here. Like, I'm going to die. This dude's like, damn, we're dead.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like you see that and that placebo from the dude that got trapped in the freezer. You hear about that fool?
Yes, that's right.
He got trapped in the freezer, man. And then what was it? It wasn't even on, but he froze to death.
But he froze.
And he's like, oh, he froze. And he died because he thought he was done.
Well, that's why monks can sit out there too.
It wasn't off. It was at a certain level that wouldn't have killed the human body.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
But he talked himself up to it, and his body reacted in a way that they were in a dangerous position.
Have you heard of Dr. Emoto?
Mm-mm.
Bro, Dr. Emoto is like a Japanese scientist. Like I did a lot of studies with that dude, and I got real nerdy with it, man. Like my own microscope, everything. So
nice.
So he started with the blood, man, and water. Mm-hmm. So he proved that water almost held memory. So he started like maybe you heard the thing. He did the 3 beacons with the rice in the water. And
was it where he speaks negativity on them? Yeah.
So he spoke, I hate you, 1, I love you, and 1 he ignored, right? And people are doing this all over YouTube, and they're having the same results. You know what I mean? The one he said, I hate you to for 30 days was turning black. The one he said, I love you to for 30 days began to ferment and had like a pleasant smell. And then the last one began to mold, the one he ignored, just began to mold. Well, then he started flash freezing this water, bro. He'd do a droplet of water and he'd speak to it. He did polluted water, and then he said a prayer over it, and he froze them. And the one that's crystallized, bro, polluted water is crazy. And then just the one that he said a prayer over has like this beautiful snowflake formation, bro. And he said different things like Hitler, Mother Teresa, Buddhistic prayer, Christianity prayer. Like he did these, and they're all online. You can look them up, but they're amazing, man. Yeah. But they changed the structure of the blood. And he goes, think about how we speak to our kids, how we speak to each other, how our own self-talk, bro. You know what I mean? Is affecting who we are. You know what I mean? Water's feeding everything in our body. Mm-hmm. And what it is structured water. So I started doing different stuff like testing blood, and what it was he they take this girl's blood, and our cells in there are stacked, bro. They stick together like pennies, bro. You know what I mean? They're supposed to be electrode up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Vibed up, and a lot of them stack, bro. And they're like pennies, you know. Mm-hmm. And they do that test on her. She drinks this structured water, bro. And all this is living water. It's not purified water. It's living water. It's structured. And he tested 25 minutes later, and all her cells are split apart. And you can see the white blood cells moving around freely. There's no walls up. Yeah. And they're eating the stuff in the bloodstream that would cause disease, cancers, whatever it is, you know?
Oh, damn.
But it was so cool, and I got to do that study and try to structurize water.
Yeah.
And, bro, it was crazy because, like playing different frequencies. Like,
yeah.
Dude, I tried spinning it because the most crazy dangerous water is rainwater and river water because it's moving.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But it's movement, but it's also movement through particles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So this dude he has a big tub of water, bro, distilled water.
Yeah.
Okay? And he drops turns the blow dryer on, drops it in there. It's just going, right? No pops, nothing. He puts his hand in there. And I'm like, what the hell? And he goes, now watch this. Takes his hand out, bro, and he sprinkles salt in it. Pop! It fucking pops, bro. It goes off. He goes, this is our body. This is why we need water, because now you know what I mean? Like the electric side of it has a place to go. You know what I mean? So it goes through like the salt that you're using in your body. Think about it, bro. We're all alive. What happened when we die? You know what I mean? Like that electric shock, bro.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? So it was really cool, man, to be able to think. But the most structured I ever got the water before I stopped doing it was playing frequencies to the water, bro. It was crazy, man.
Yeah.
You know,
the different hertz. Well, there's that whole thought of 432 hertz is the true sound of vibrations. What is it? It's like that's more in tune with nature or something like that.
Is that what it is?
432, but our music is tuned to 440 hertz. And the whole this is where the conspiracy theorists come into play, and it's like, oh, 440 was what the Nazis, you know, they changed everything to that, so it would create confusion and chaos, and all our music is tuned to 440, and so stuff would sound better. It's in 432, but I've seen breakdowns where people have you know, really tuned stuff to that, and it just doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
So for true 432, like for true what they try to promote, it wouldn't sound good together. So you do have to kind of like tweak them a little bit so you can create an actual melody. But no, I've seen a lot of those videos where they do water or sound or flames to certain frequencies, and some create much more uniform patterns and symmetrical patterns. Because that's what we are, man. It's waves.
That's it.
You know, what UV rays, right? Ultraviolet rays, sound waves, the particles within us. We are not solid, man. This is we're water. That's exactly what it is.
Dude, yeah, it's so crazy. It's so crazy. Oh, meat sack, bro.
Yeah, meat sack, exactly, man.
That's crazy, bro.
But yeah, like you were saying, man, religion or spirituality or whatever you want to call it. I mean, they'll say to pray, and then the science will say meditate. Yeah. To me, they're one and the same.
Yeah.
If you meditate, you're being present with yourself.
Yeah.
And fasting has allowed me to really see, like, oh, I get it now why everybody would pray over their meal.
Yeah.
Because by the time when I break my fast, man, I'm so thankful. I'm so like, oh man, this nurturing food right now. Like, thank you.
Yeah.
You know, like that leads to that. And when I've been doing my yoga practice, I'm actually looking to start here soon, to provide a class where I speak kind of affirmations and appreciation for our bodies. Cause I'll do that when I'm, get home, smoke a little weed, go to the garage. I might do that here in a moment, man. Get a nice little sweat on. But yeah, speak to my body and kiss my knees and shit. And I'm just like, cause these knees are busted, bro. But it's like, you have to show appreciation for what your body puts up with, man. Yeah. For what you want to put it through.
And I feel like the appreciation and the gratitude, like, is necessary to keep going. You know what I mean? Like, it's necessary to, you know what I mean, to maintain.
Yeah.
Like, if I can maintain gratitude or like self-love feeling, I can keep going.
Yeah.
And I feel like the frequency that puts us in change is almost like surrender. Bro, like, imagine, you know what I mean? We're going somewhere, and it's like, we're going nowhere up this stream, bro. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, I don't want to fall down this waterfall right here. Like, this is going to be scary. But eventually it's like, dude, I'm tired of swimming, bro. Yeah. And you just let go, and it's the best fall of your life. Like I'm saying, like, and it's that even like in my belief system in prayer, like when I'm at my lowest, my absolute lowest, I know that I have took control. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like I have took full reign of everything. Like I'm my mind is took control, bro. And I'm no longer spirit. I'm no longer in here anymore. And I remember like most blessings, bro, comedy, tattooing, day trade, everything just, this doors opened up at this one time. And I was like, God, I don't know what I'm doing. I am so lost right now. Like, and it's not lost like on drugs. I've been on drugs. I've done all that. But it's like, this was a different type of loss. This is I found myself and I should be found right now. But why am I so lost? And I remember I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. And it's like, you hand it over to God, man. You hand it over to source. Like, have your way. You know what I mean? Do what you think. I would do anything. You know what I mean? Like, I'm here. And it's like, God wrapped it up and just gave it right back to me. Like, all right, you're ready to roll now. Mm-hmm. Like, you're ready, bro, because you surrendered. Like, you surrendered everything. And I feel at that frequency, like, anytime I've prayed, like, it's that day or the next that something's coming through. And, I mean, think of, like, your meditations or however you want to say. Like, man, we going down on the plane, like, man, you better be praying with me, Juan. Like, man, I ain't meditating on that thing. You know what I mean? Like, let's pray, bro, because I'm tripping right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure, man.
But at my lowest, bro, I feel God has always came through. But it took this last little bit to be like, I'm not in control. And it was here. I'm not in control. You know what I mean? I'm in control.
Yeah.
You know, it was like giving it to God, and God was like, all right, now you're ready to. Now you're ready to do what you got to do. Here's the steps you need.
You're in control on how you're going to react to these things instead of trying to control the outcome of things.
Yeah.
I think a lot of our misery comes from our lack to be able to mitigate our expectations, man, because we have expectations going to everything. And it's like, if you can release that, let go of that control and just choose to exist in that moment, and then, you know, have a positive outlook to react in a positive way.
Yeah.
That's it, man. You can't, the more you try to control, it's like you keep a butterfly, right? Is that it's going to die.
Yeah.
You got to let it go, man.
Yeah, absolutely. That surrendering thing's big.
And surrender, like the caterpillar, speaking of butterfly, man, the cocoon, right? I think I had a podcast, listened to a podcast, Rich Roll's podcast. Instead of a midlife crisis, he had a guest on that talked about the midlife chrysalis, which is your cocoon. The caterpillar surrenders to what's ahead. It doesn't know, man. It's going to dissolve. It completely dissolves in that cocoon, and then it comes rebuilt as a butterfly.
Yeah.
It doesn't know what it's doing, man. Yeah. But it surrenders.
I wonder if he's just out in that cocoon, man, or he's just bored. Like, no, I'm about to be bored for a while, just hanging out.
Got a bunch of audiobooks.
Yeah.
Crossword puzzles.
Yes. Just birds in the trees. Like, I hear them out there. Hope they don't get me.
He's got the newest spread of the caterpillar calendar model.
Yeah.
Or model calendar. That's funny, man. Well, it comes out, man. It comes out like that. So, like, that's I view a lot of these, our transformative journeys, you know, a lot of people will equate them to that, like the cocoon, the caterpillar to a butterfly, or like a crustacean, a crab or a lobster or a snake that sheds its exoskeleton.
Yeah.
It sheds its former self and becomes a new version of that. I've had a lot of different trips, whether, no, I want to say I was high both of those times.
Yeah.
It does, because it lets me in tune to it. One was I smoked a little bit of weed, did some yoga, threw on my playlist. It was a Tool song, not the song I wanted to hear, but the song I needed to hear. Yeah, I was like, this is I want to meditate, man. This isn't a song. This is a heavy song. And then, but the words, it's literally 46 in tune. It talks about transformation, and I was picturing, you know, my former self kind of like walking and then crouching down and like succumbing, but then it broke open and this new version of me came out glowing white, beautiful, dude. And it was just like my newest version. It was like beautiful. And then it turned around and looked at my former self, and it was pure, but then it downloaded all the previous trauma from that, took it in, and it was like, okay, I know, but it was still pure and positive, because I've shed that former self, but I've downloaded it. I'm not forgetting where I came from.
Yeah.
And then I turned around and just kind of kept walking through this forest, bro.
But you got to know you're not him anymore. You got to know, bro.
Exactly.
And I don't care if it's your 6-year-old self. Like, I've done some crazy ceremonial work, meditations, and where I abandoned myself, bro. Like, I was like, I don't need you anymore. You know what I mean? That type of stuff. And it was like my 6-year-old self. And it was so heartfelt. You're like, bro. And I remember like after going through this, he like showed me my, like, I did a spiritual journey for a while, for like the last 5 years, you know, and it's just something that I needed, you know, like I had to go, I went far, bro, like super far. And then I came back and I'm like, I just want to do this human thing. Because I've got this. I've got that. It's never leaving me. Mm-hmm. But what's this here? I'm like, God gave us flesh for a reason. We're here for a reason. Something, bro. Something's got to be here. You know what I mean? With me being able to touch you, or we fist bump, whatever it is. What is this? Because we go inside so much. Oh, we got to figure this out. We got to figure what's in here. And it's like, everybody should do that. Absolutely. Everybody should do that. And it's like reaching out. And then now I'm here in this human world now. I'm like, whoa, I feel like a toddler. I don't even have the right words, man. I don't even have the right words.
Right.
But leaving myself, like when I did that meditation, it was like seeing myself in like a room. And I'm like, what is this? Like, what do you need from me, man? Mm-hmm. It's like nothing. And it's like this dark, disgusting room, man. Like I grew up like shit. And he's like, you ready to leave this shit? Like, it was a longer than that, you know, process of like just seeing this stuff. And I go, if you take anything from here, like you want a new room? He's like, I'd like a new room. You know what I mean? He's like, I go, you take anything from here, you got to take everything. And so it was like me releasing, like, I had all kinds of childhood stuff that I had saved, or my mom had saved stuff. Yeah. I just threw everything out, bro. It just wasn't for me.
Yeah.
And at that time, he's like, all right, so I hop off this shit, right? And this, my whole room like floats away, bro. Like floats away. And I dropped this stick, like everything. Like I used to have this stick when I was 5, bro. I used to grab cans. And it was like my favorite tool. Still to this day, it was a broomstick, and it had like a nail on it with a bunch of tape, big old thing of tape, bro. And I'd be in there, I'd fight bums, bro. I don't care. Like, get out of here. Like, these are my cans. You know what I mean? Like in my apartment complex. Like,
yeah.
And it was like the only way I could provide as a kid. You know, it was just me and my mom. But it was just shitty situations, you know what I mean? That we lived in then that I didn't know were bad. It was like, this is just what I do.
Yeah, it's just your experience.
Yeah, it's just your experience.
What you've known.
But then there was that survival that always kicked in, and that I didn't need anymore. You know what I mean? And this scared boy that trips out around the first when rent's due. You know what I mean? I'm like, dude, you're good. And when I let him go, I said, hey, man. And we got off on this island, this me and little me, right? I said, go hang out by that tree right there. And I had to let some other stuff go. And I go play. And there was like this, in my meditation, there was like this camp or something, and there's all these kids, bro. And I got up, the little boy got up, and he went and played. But he had left my other self there, bro. And he was in black and gray. There was no color to it. And he was like, where's he going? I'm like, he's just going to like do him, you know what I mean? Like,
he's gonna go play.
Yeah, he's gonna go play. And he goes, and he has his hands in his pockets, bro. And I said, what do you got in there? And he pulls out stuff from my room that he was holding on to. Like, I didn't want to leave this stuff behind. Because I said, if you take anything from here, you're going to have to take everything. And I go out, and it was hard, bro, because you're like telling your own self, like, I don't need you anymore, dude. Like, that survival kid, like, I don't need you. I'm sorry, but you got to go. And I'd like placed him on a raft, bro, and I sent him out. And I see my mom kind of go with him. You know what I mean? Because you know, I had a lot of different stuff with my mom. You know what I mean? Back then, and it was just intense, bro. But it was like, those are the things that I'm grateful for. Those trauma type deals. And I feel like everybody can experience those.
But you got to work through them.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You definitely got to work.
You
through
have
them,
to, or otherwise it eats you alive, and it eats everyone around you because they see you dealing with it, but not knowing what it is, because you're not even conveying what that is. And you're festering on the inside, and it just exudes out. That's why I say hurt people, man.
Yeah. Oh,
and
absolutely.
Those things that you had to deal with, you had to become a hardened 6-year-old, you know? It's like that, worried about these things. Like, that wasn't your job, but you had to for survival.
Yeah.
And those traits and skills that helped you to survive, and they serve their purpose. But now you're an adult, you know, with all that control, and they don't serve you anymore.
Yeah.
In that way, they're only going to get in the way and hinder other opportunities and other relationships.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, pass it to the kids, you know. And it's like, I feel like I got 4, so older to younger. Like my oldest, like that's like the test dummy, man. You don't know what you're doing as a dad, as a parent.
Yeah.
And she's 19. I was 19 when I had her. You know what I mean? So it's like here I am playing quarters and caps and shit. She's like in her swing. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, damn, I'm so sorry that you had to go through this type of stuff. But in all reality, it's like each season, like they say, like no 2 kids have the same parents, bro.
Oh yeah.
And that's the truth. I don't care if you got the same blood parents, you ain't got the same parents, man, because I'm a different person now than I was then.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And you're different today than you were yesterday.
Yeah.
And it's like, people don't understand, like, this is who we are forever. Like, oh, I remember him. Like, you don't remember shit. You know what I mean? You don't remember shit.
Yeah. Every time you meet someone,
yeah,
you're meeting a completely different person that went out and experienced, you know, their world.
Yeah.
And as they grow up and they're have a different understanding and a different appreciation for things, you're coming back with somebody with new adventures, new knowledge. So, I mean, it'd be sad if you met the same person, man. You'd be like, "What? I haven't talked to you in 2 years. How are you?"
I feel there's some people that are still doing the same thing.
Well, it's comfort.
Yeah,
it's comfort.
Yeah, it's hard to see, man.
It's what you know. It's like the devil you know.
Yeah,
you know that type of thing.
You're right. It's like I can do this because I know I can survive here.
Yeah,
I know I've done this before. It still hurts, but I'm doing it, so I don't want to change because change might hurt me more.
Well, change is gonna hurt. It is, man.
But it just that other hill is, bro. The grass is greener, bro. Like
when you do the work on yourself, the grass is greener.
Yes,
that's it.
Yeah, there you go.
When you do the work on yourself, the grass is greener on the other side. Right? But you have to rip out the old shit, sow it, fertilize it. You got to do all this stuff, man.
Like I've invested so much here. I'm like, man, you got roaches in the corner,
it's
dog,
bad,
of your life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that ain't
of that. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you know, you learning to live with roaches, dog. Like chill. Like, you know what I mean? We got it better out here. It's better. You know. That's
a very good point. I'm glad you said that about the parents too, man. Because like as you get older, and especially when you have kids, and you start to look back, and it's like, well, I remember when my dad was 36, 39. You know, like he was still growing up.
Yeah.
My mom was 26 when she had me, you know? It's like,
bro,
yeah, they were still growing up themselves.
Like, yeah, growing up themselves. Think about that. You know what I mean? Like, think about and then you think of the suicide rate in any country, anywhere, bro. It's because we're not connected with who we are. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, shit, like, I want to kill myself. That's what people, I've thought it from kid to older. But it's like, it's just a brief thought now. You know what I mean? Like, oh, it's a blip. Like, you know what I mean? So just being real. You know what I mean? It's a blip. Yep. And it's like, oh, shit, like what? It's like, nah. I want to kill something that I'm no longer in.
Yeah.
And that's what kids don't understand. It's like, they're growing all the time, bro. Little emotional beings, man. You know, God bless their soul.
Yeah.
And like, they feel like they have it so bad that I'm going to take my life. And it's like, it's time to be somebody new. You just gotta let that go.
Yeah.
And I feel like if everybody knew this, right? If we could just get the masses to understand this part is we start here, right? So we start here and it's lower frequency. You know what I mean? Whether we come out the womb and we're crying, right? Mm-hmm. Oh shit. And you know, and then we get fed by mom. And we come up like, oh, this is all right. Now we've soiled our diaper. We come back down. But we're just a little higher than we were, right?
Yeah.
And then we get our diaper changed and we come back up. Well, now it's life. And we're doing this constant up. Oh, this is great. But we've never been here before, but we're experiencing it. And then something happens out of our control that we don't know. And it puts us back down, right? And like we know nobody wants to be at a lower frequency or a lower level or feel down. But that's the cycle is we are constantly moving like this, but we don't understand when we circle back up, we're going higher and higher.
Yeah.
And the lowest you've been right now, like, oh, my finance, all this stuff, right? 5 years ago, what did that low look like? Mm-hmm. It was a lot lower, bro. Yeah. So what we realize is your all-time low right now was once your all-time high.
That's true. Oh, yeah, that's so true,
bro.
Man.
So, and we will do this till we die.
Yeah.
Till we die, bro. That's the circle. We come down and we do the shadow work down here. Mm-hmm. We ask the question, like, man, what got us here? Why am I here?
Yeah.
And then we start doing what we got to do to make our way back up. Mm-hmm. And so appreciate it when you're up. Find out what you got to do when you're down. You know what I mean? And it's like, that's a cycle.
Yeah.
And I feel like when some people get down here, like, I'm just so tired. Like, I'm so tired. But what substance are you on? Yeah. Are you drinking down there? Are you drugging down there? Mm-hmm. What are you doing?
Yeah.
You know
and
I mean?
Because you're down there?
Yeah. Yeah. What's your chemical imbalance like? You know what I mean? Some people, Xanax, weed, work for them. Drinks work for them, bro. You know what I mean? And they're cool with it.
Yeah.
some people it don't. And if you're one of those people, you better find out quick. You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's on my Facebook. It's my quote down at the bottom. It says, first off, what's your sleep schedule, workout routine, and diet look like?
Yeah.
If you don't
start blaming all kinds
before you start blaming everybody else, man, are you doing anything there? And to me, again, it's not necessarily the substance, but why are you doing it? Why are you leaning on this? Am I cracking this bottle of whiskey open because I'm celebrating your birthday? I'm gonna do some shots, toast to you, or is it because I just got laid off? Exactly, man. It's like, why are you
escaping?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
are you escaping, or are you using it to enhance a moment?
Yeah, and that's where you said it's not about the vices, because there's successful people that are smoking weed, that are doing these things, that are I'm stepping out to do some shrooms or a ceremony or whatever it is, but it's like, it's not the vices, it's the mindset, it's the people.
Yeah,
it's the reason why you're doing what you do. Yeah, absolutely.
That's it, man.
But that cycle is important. Like, to me, that's how I run my life. Like, when I'm low, I'm like, damn, man, I'm here for a reason. I know it's my fault, but
but being low isn't necessarily the bad thing, like you said, because it's at one point that was your highest, right? But also, it's okay to be sad. Sad isn't bad to feel that, because sad. So we view sad the same way we actually view despair. Despair is the bad one. That's where, like, there's no hope. Sad just means you can be in a happy moment and then realize, oh shoot, this moment's going to be over in a little bit, and that might make you a little sad.
Yeah.
But all that is an acknowledgement to the full scope of the situation and your feelings.
Yeah.
You're able to be sad. Oh, I'm sad, my dad, passed away. Now I'm in despair because he passed away, which means, oh, you don't know what to do, you don't know this, you don't know where to go from here. No. But we can be sad. Sad just means, I think it's an offshoot from the word to be satiated, satisfied. So it's where you feel everything. You feel the highs and the lows all together. So you're able, and you should be able to be comfortable with feeling that sadness and be like, okay, I'm sad. Let's work through this. What's that mean? All right, cool. Then we can move on. But as soon as it starts to tip into the feeling of despair, where there's no hope, that's where it can get dangerous. So I would say, people, like, don't be afraid to be sad for a moment, man. Live in it, acknowledge it, and then take responsibility for it. Because yes, I am at my lowest point in that. But you know what? There's something empowering of me saying that and putting it out there. And also because I'm starting to actually, instead of ignoring this stuff, like, I need to attack it. And you know what? You attacking your problem, your greatest problems right now, you're going to come across someone that is going to be experiencing what you just went through. Yeah. And you're going to be able to help them out.
No, absolutely. Absolutely, man. I love that, dude. Because it is. And I feel like people needed to see that. Like, from your fasting to everything you do, you're like, what does it take? And it's not going to take the same for everybody. Everybody's different. Yeah. But what's the mindset? What's the feeling that got us here? What was it? That was it. Because, I mean, everybody's chased a diet, a program, a girl, anything, bro. Everybody's chased something, but it's like, what got you there? It's
the feeling, the feeling of being disciplined that gets you is that you are in control, actually. Yeah. Is when you are disciplined, that is the feeling you have of control. Is even because you're controlling your outcomes, you're making sure everything is in line, you're doing the right things, all that is lined up. But even when it goes wrong, you also have a way to kind of like balance that out, regroup, and then come back, because you're being attentive to it. You're being, and
you've done it before. You know, I can do it. It's almost like the change. I don't want to change. I want to kind of stay comfortably freaking hurting because I know I can live right here. You know what I mean? I don't want to hurt anymore. Oh yeah, but it could get better.
A familiar hurt. That's why people stay in abusive relationships, man.
It's themselves and everybody else.
Exactly.
I feel you.
Exactly.
What do you feel like there was a lot of chaos in your life, man, before the discipline?
I mean, other than having a Latina wife.
Come on. That's a smooth chaos.
No, there wasn't a whole lot of chaos. But I mean, to me, it was just, and that was some part of the self-talk that I gave myself, man. To be completely honest, on the bike, was that a lot of my life I haven't necessarily been in control with it. I've been okay with just going along. It might have not been exactly what I want, but it's like, you know what? Okay, I guess we can make that work. and now, and it's like, no, you need to put down exactly what your expectations are, to go forward with this. As far as, not expectations where I need this to be exactly this, but these are my boundaries, these are my principles. So I think that's one of the big things I'm working on right now, is to become really principled in these, in my day to day, and that's because I'm starting to have respect for myself.
Yeah.
That, maybe I didn't have to a certain degree, So that's really all I can attest for.
Yeah.
It's just the feeling of comfort. If you're feeling comfortable, that's not good.
Yeah.
It's really not good. We slide into comfort and we just get in the back seat and let someone else drive.
Yeah.
No, man, I'd rather be there switching the gears, freaking looking in the rearview mirrors.
I feel you.
That's it. That's where I'm at, man.
That's cool, man.
Well, it's been a good conversation, bro.
Always, dude.
Yeah, appreciate you coming on. Give everybody your handles so they know how to follow you and check out your comedy and to book you for some tattoo work.
Yeah, man. So I'm Izzy Escobedo. You can find me on IG as Izzy_Esco, man. So you can find me there for comedy or tattooing.
And tattooing, man.
Yep.
He's a twofer right here.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Whatever else comes.
Beautiful conversation, Izzy. Nothing but love for you, man. I knew this was going to be good, and it paid out. You even made me cry, this guy.
Oh, yeah. That's what I do.
I love it. Hey, go shed a tear today, you heathens. All right, until next time. Adios.